Hey friends, I have a very short announcement. This is the beginning of a new year, and we have 12, almost 12 because we're in January. So we have 11 and something months left, and we have basically a new slate, a new year. And we don't know what's going to happen in this year, but we can plan for what we want, the outcomes that we want to have in this year. God is a planner. We see that all through scripture. The Bible is a story that tells us how God fixes a problem, creates a plan, fix a problem that happens in Genesis 3. God is a planner. When God met Moses in the wilderness by the burning bush, God met Moses with a plan. When God spoke to Samuel, God said, Samuel, why that's not pride over Saul? I've already chosen somebody else. So God already had a replacement. So all through the scripture, we see that God is a planner and God is strategic. And so as believers, and even if you're not a believer, when you look at scripture, you see that God is a planner. And so we are also to be planners. We should not be living haphazard, chaotic lives. We should plan. We should plan our days, plan our years. But in our planning, we understand that we should be led and guided by God. And we know that we should subject our plans to God's plan. So that God says, don't go to these areas like I did with Paul in the New Testament. And Paul said, I really wanted to go to those areas to preach, but I was prevented. We know that we create plans, but we know that we subject our plans to God's plans. So we know God is a planner, and we have this new year, 2025, we should plan what we want to see, what we want to accomplish in this new year. For me, I just recently started this practice. I've developed a theme for my year. So I found it something, I don't know who wrote it, and if I come across the owner, I will give them credit. But the person wrote 2025 is the year to move forward in faith. And so that stirred in my spirit. So this is the year where I want to move forward in the things that God has purposed and planned and destined for my life. I want to move forward in those things, but I want to move forward in faith. Even when there are obstacles, even when there are challenges, even when there are difficulties, I want to move forward in faith. So God is a planner, and the Bible teaches us about having a vision, having plans for our life. I learned several years ago the principles and the practice of setting goals. Goal setting is a powerful tool that you can use to plan out outcomes for your year, your week, your day, your quarter, however you want to do it. I spent some time learning about goals, and I even wrote a book that I published several years ago. It's called Goals 101, Discover 5 Steps to Achieve Your Goals This Year. And since writing this book, I've actually done more studies, and I've learned so much more about goals. And I actually plan my goals this year is to publish a version 2.0 of this. And so I want to announce that I'm going to have a workshop this month, a workshop at the end of January. So January 25th at 5 p.m., I'm going to have a workshop. And the workshop is called Recalibrate. And I came up with the term recalibrate because the word recalibration refers to, starting again, looking at something or tweaking, because we can recalibrate an instrument. We tweak it to make sure that it's in alignment, or even if it's going outside of the desired range, you recalibrate it to bring it back into range. That's the word recalibration when we talk about instruments. We can apply that same thing to our life. We can look at our life, the various areas of your life, whether it's your physical. For me, last year I started off really good. Exercise and diet. But towards the end of the year, I got off course. I got derailed. And no blame nobody. I got derailed. But so I need to recalibrate in my physical health. And we can look all of the areas of your life. Your relationships. Do you need to recalibrate? Or is everything perfect? You good? Okay. Or you can look at your finances. Do you need to recalibrate? You can look at your emotional health, your spiritual health, your financial, all of the various areas of your life, and look back, examine, evaluate, and determine, do I need to recalibrate? And that's the purpose of this objective of this workshop, to look at last year, 2024, and to look at your life in general, and to look at the various areas of your life and determine, where do I need to recalibrate? And so we're going to have a little reflection moments. This is a workshop now. This isn't a lecture. This is a workshop. We're actually going to do some work. So I'm going to give you some exercises where we're going to reflect. We're going to reflect on your year. We're going to reflect on your life. And we're going to see, where in my life do I need to recalibrate? Is it my emotional health? Is it my spiritual health? Is it my physical health? Is it my finances? Is it my relationships? Is it in business? Is it in my career? Where do I need to recalibrate? And then once you would have identified those areas, we're going to look at what is the vision? What is the vision for your finances? What do you want to do? When you reach 5 years, 10 years, what do you want to do with your finances? Where do you want to be in terms of your finances? You have to have a vision. You have to have a future outcome that you want. And then we're going to look at setting up and walk you through some exercises to set goals. And we're going to use, like I said, I've taught this before various times. I've written a book, and I have even more stuff that I've been coached on and learned that I'm going to bring to this workshop. And so we're going to go through setting goals for 2025. And even if you've set goals already, bring them to the workshop. We're going to look at tweaking them. And it's not just enough to set goals. You actually have to have systems to achieve the goals. So I'm going to walk you through how to develop your systems so that you could achieve your goals. And then we're going to look at this a thing that we don't think about and we don't look at. And this is what I learned through coaching and studying on goals. We have to look at challenges and obstacles. And so we're going to identify and we're going to work through that. And so we're not just looking at setting goals, but we look at how we are going to achieve them. And so that's the purpose of this workshop. Recalibrate, to look where you need to recalibrate, to create your vision statement, to create your goals, to create your systems, to look at challenges, look at obstacles, and then come up with your plan for 2025. Because this is the year I want to move forward in faith. In the things that God has for me. And some things God has for me to do. Some things that I want to do require faith. And for you, you may have something else. You might have a theme for your year. That's good. What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve this year? And let me give you a little tidbit. Stop wasting time on resolutions. They don't work. Particularly Shurmon, they don't work. And I know some people might be agitated by this, but a vision board is not enough. You can have a nice vision board and have to visualize the things you want to do. But what's next? You need a plan. So this workshop is going to give you tools, the skills to create a plan that you can execute in 2025. So again, the workshop is January 25th at 5 p.m. It's going to be live online. But I need you, let me tell you how you can get into the workshop. I need you to register. Once you register, you get additional information on the link that you can use to access the workshop. Okay? So the registration link is going to be on our YouTube in the description for this video below. It's going to be on our social media pages on TikTok, on YouTube, whatever social media tools, Facebook that we can use. It's going to be there. You can register so you can access the workshop. So January 25th, 2025 at 5 p.m. Going to be a live, free. The workshop is free. You don't have to pay anything. Live, free, virtual workshop. And to access the workshop, you need to be registered. So click the link in the description below or wherever you see advertisement for this workshop. Please register. Okay? And I'm looking forward to our session together where we can set goals, some powerful goals for 2025. I want us to come to the end of 2025 and have achieved greatness. I want us to come to end of 2025 and achieve those God ideas, those ideas that you put you get your closet somewhere, that you have hidden, that you've not used, that you don't believe could happen, that's locked away, that buried. Listen, I love Dr. Miles Monroe. I love his teaching. I love the impact he's had on many lives and my life as well. I've always remembered going to hear him preach, and he signing books, connecting with him. One thing that was really powerful and said that I also remember, Diane, don't go to the grave with those dreams and those vision and those God ideas wrap up in you. And yet, I empty. If you have a book, write that and publish that. Use the right tools, the right frameworks, the right setup. You have a podcast. I started my podcast last year. I was supposed to start that long time. Long. I started my YouTube channel. I was supposed to start that long time. I love fear and imposter syndrome. Whatever it is, that business, that coaching program, that course, whatever it is, that church, that ministry, whatever it is that you believe or you know that God has spoken to you about, and you got your confirmation, all that good stuff, it's time to unleash that. It's time to release that. Too many of us are stuck. And I learned the word stuck is in reference to destiny. I recently taught on Moses in Exodus chapter 1 to 4. And when you look at the life of Moses, Moses was born to be the deliverer. And I go back to Miles Monroe. Miles Monroe talked about purpose. He said, we're born with purpose. Purpose is wrapped in us. We're born with it. Moses was born to be the deliverer. God created a plan to deliver the children of Israel out of Egypt. And in that plan, he had a deliverer, Moses. So when Moses was born, the plan was already written. The plan was in the spiritual. Moses being born, is that plan coming now into the physical, from the spiritual to the physical. And Moses was born with a destiny in mind. His destiny was to lead the children of Israel out of Egypt. His destiny was to be the deliverer. That was in him. Nobody gave that to him. That he was born with that. All he had to do was release. Even when he was in Midian, stuck. He was stuck. And I go back to the definition of stuck. Stuck is in reference to your destiny. So he was in Midian. He ran from Egypt because he had killed the Egyptian. And so Pharaoh wanted to kill him. So he ran. And again, we don't know why he killed the Egyptian. We don't know if it was self-defense. We don't know what's going on. So we don't want to sit back and judge Moses. But Moses had to leave Egypt. And Egypt was where he's supposed to do his destiny. He's supposed to be the deliverer, not in Midian. So he ran away. And he was in Midian for 40 years. Watching sheep for 40 years. He was stuck. And God had to meet him at the burning bush and get him unstuck. And so there are many of us who are stuck. You're stuck in your Midian. You're stuck thinking a dream will never happen. You're stuck thinking you're inadequate. When God met Moses at the burning bush, Moses challenged God. One of the things he said, I'm not good enough. One of his struggles was, I'm not good at it. God, use somebody else. So where are you? Are you stuck? Are you unable to move forward into the destiny and purpose God has for you? It's time to get unstuck. It's time to move forward. It's time to level up. It's time to give birth. Moses was pregnant with that deliverer in him. He was destined to be the deliverer. He was pregnant. That was in him. He was supposed to give birth to that. And we're just like that. Many of us, we're pregnant with stuff in us that we're supposed to give birth to. We're stuck. It's time to get unstuck. It's time to get unstuck. And this workshop is going to help you to create a plan, to create a vision, to create goals, to create systems, to plan on how you're going to deal with obstacles and challenges, to prepare, better prepare for your year. It's time to get unstuck. So I'm looking forward to seeing you at Recalibrate. Recalibrate. That's the name of the workshop. Again, it's totally free. You don't have to pay nothing. It's free. It's going to be live, virtual, online. It's going to be good. It's going to be helpful. It's going to push you forward into your 2025. And so whatever, and please bring your goals. If you don't already create goals, that's fine. Bring your ideas, bring all your thoughts. And let's work through your plans. Work through your goals. You're going to get some tools. You're going to get some tips. You get some good stuff. Help you in your 2025. So I'm looking forward to seeing you at Recalibrate, a live free online workshop on January 25th at 5 p.m. online. Once you register, so we just need you to register. Once you register, you get the information to access the workshop. Register today. Register now. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much. And again, thank you for being part of this podcast. This is the Pregnant with Destiny but Stuck podcast. Please support us by downloading, listen to us, our episode on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, we're on YouTube. Please subscribe. Please like, comment, please share the videos. That's how you support us. Get this message out to other people who are stuck. Get this message out to other people who are pregnant. Get this message out to other people who need to give birth. Thank you so much.